Hello, my name is Gloria Ramirez. I welcome you to the inspirational class, 5 Ways to Create Harmonious and Happy Relationships. And I trust that you will enjoy this class. So let's go ahead and start now. Welcome to the class, 5 Ways to Create Happy, Harmonious Relationships. I believe that very deep inside each one of us yearns for harmonious relationships in every area of our lives because our greatest desire is happiness. The challenge is that when we tend to look for that happiness outside of ourselves, maybe in material things or expecting others to make us happy or for others to behave in a proper way so we do not get disturbed, then we feel disappointed. So the more we continue to look for our happiness in the external world, the more frustrated and dissatisfied we are going to feel. So that's the reason why that we must remember that if there is harmony within yourself, there will be harmony in your relationships. When we feel that happy, we feel content. When we feel joyful, loving within ourselves, then we are going to definitely have harmonious relationships because we are going to be able to share that inner happiness, that inner joy, that inner peace that we are feeling. And that is the journey that I like to invite you to take with me today with some ideas that I like to share with you. To create happy, harmonious relationships, we have to start by creating a healthy and harmonious relationship with ourselves. And how do we do this? We learn to love ourselves, to respect ourselves, to accept ourselves, to be kind to ourselves, and to acknowledge that happiness is our birthright. And as we are able to become masters of these qualities, we feel at peace, and then we will be able to share them with others. And as I think about my past, I am flooded with memories of so many conflicts in my relationships. My life really resembled a roller coaster ride, filled with unpredictable ups and downs. Little did I know back then that I held the key to resolving these conflicts, and that was taking responsibility. It never occurred to me that my own thoughts and my negative attitude were the root cause of all these challenges. Instead of that, of taking responsibility, I found myself caught up in a cycle of blame, criticism, gossip, and sarcasm, feeling like a helpless victim of circumstances. And this went on for many, many, many years. And obviously, as a result of that, I went through many relationships, 2 marriages, and 2 divorces, until finally I decided that I needed to take responsibility and I needed to really make a shift in my mindset and attitude. And this is what I like to share with you today, that is very important for us to go inwardly, and then with tools that you will be receiving today and practices, you can make that shift in your mind set and your attitude. And really, you don't have to do it alone. You can I hire the help of a coach a mentor, obviously, learn from a teacher, and really equip yourself with the necessary tools for you to embark on the journey of self transformation. And to learn to cultivate harmonious relationships in your life, it takes immense dedication, discipline, perseverance, consistency, willpower, and faith. It takes all of these and many other positive behaviors. But the key is for you to be willing to, day by day, one step at a time, move in the right direction, and to be willing to leave behind the idea that someone is going to make you happy or something outside of you. It's an inward journey. And I'd like to share now these 5 ways that have helped me to create happy and harmonious relationships in my life. The first one is love yourself. This is the initial and most crucial step, is to develop a sense of love, acceptance, and self-approval. Without this, it is extremely difficult for you to be able to love and accept others. So for me, it became evident that without taking this crucial step, I would not have had the capacity to genuinely love and accept others. And sometimes I think about, let's say, Jesus and Buddha. They were able to love everyone unconditionally, and Buddha to have so much compassion for others because they really felt in oneness with God. They were at oneness with God. They didn't put themselves down. They didn't criticize themselves. They were pure love, and they were in pure attunement with God, and therefore they were able to love everyone unconditionally. So it's the same with us. The more we develop this sense of love, acceptance, and self-approval, we are going to be able to absolutely love everyone, obviously, including those people that might be not exactly right in their behavior, but we are going to be able to accept them exactly as they are. So this is a very important step. And so my invitation is for you to set up the intention. 2 things. One is that you go ahead and develop those qualities in yourself that might be missing, maybe lack of self-acceptance or lack of self-approval. And how do you do that? The first step is really be willing to not criticize yourself, not to put yourself down, not to make fun of yourself, not to talk negatively about yourself. I invite you to today make that commitment to let go of all negative self-talk and be willing to build a wonderful like a self-esteem attitude where you feel self-assured, you love and approve of yourself. And that is by letting go of behaviors that do not bring you a happiness. And the other thing that I invite you to do is to use the affirmation from the Lois Hay book, You Can Heal Your Life. That is a very powerful book that is all about how to learn to love yourself. And she says in her book to repeat the affirmation in front of a mirror. I love and accept myself exactly as I am. That's a beautiful affirmation, and you can repeat that several times in the morning and maybe in the afternoon, and then be willing to embrace the truth that you love and accept yourself. Because remember that at the end of the day, your soul is pure love, and the soul is not confused about who she or he is. So when you say, I love and accept myself exactly as I am, the soul is going to be saying, yes, very good. That's exactly the truth. So that's my invitation. The second way to cultivate harmonious relationships is to learn to establish boundaries. And I really discovered the importance of establishing boundaries whenever I encounter disrespect or abuse, maybe people talking to me in a way that was not exactly correct. And I learned from my one of my mentors to learn to really make it clear to the person that his or her behavior was not acceptable. And so what I did is I learned to express my thoughts to the person, always maintaining a respectful tone. So it is safe. It is okay to establish boundaries, but the secret is to do it with respect. So you can, let's say that you are having a situation with someone who is really putting you down or whatever, and using maybe even nasty words. You can say, "Listen, right now, I really don't appreciate the way you are talking to me. When you're ready to talk to me with respect, we can talk. But right now, I have to either end the conversation, whether you are in person or over the phone." And then if you are not able to do that at that moment because you are very angry, say, do not say anything. But at the first moment possible, go ahead and journal your feelings. Write down the angry thoughts that you have, or talk to God about how you feel and release all of that. And then the next moment when when the other person is available, you can say, "Listen, I need to talk to you," and you can talk to that person and ask that person to treat you with respect. So very, very important to learn to set out boundaries. This practice really proved to be very beneficial for my well-being, and I have been practicing for a long time. And the good news is that once you learn to practice it and you really practice it, there is going to be a moment where you really don't even attract more people that you have to set out boundaries. It's amazing how everything changes around you. But the other thing is the other side of the coin, is that you also have to pay attention on how you treat others, how you talk to others, and to make sure that you always maintain a respectful tone from family, friends, colleagues, anyone. Very, very important. So my invitation and a practice with this second practice is for you to pay attention, and if someone comes directly at you being disrespectful or abusive, then you go ahead and move forward with expressing your thoughts and feelings, but always maintaining a respectful tone. And practice that, and you'll see that it is okay. It's not as long as you do it with respect, you are going to feel at peace. Number three, accept people as they are. And this is very important as well. And you can embrace accepting people as they are by relinquishing the desire to control others or imposing expectations on their behaviors. So instead of imposing expectations or controlling others, you just embrace and understand them exactly as they are, without putting any restrictions in the sense on how they have to be. Obviously, again, we can go back to number two, which is set up boundaries. If the person is disrespectful, then obviously you can set up a boundary right there. Otherwise, you just let go of the need to control others, and allow yourself to just be at peace, and develop a sense of compassion and empathy in your heart. And so be willing to accept different points of view or perspectives. Everyone has a different perspective, and that is wonderful. And so, because remember that every one of us has had a different past and with very specific experiences that have marked our lives and created our beliefs. So remind yourself that it is okay to respectfully disagree and accept others as they are and do not try to change them. So my invitation is to practice observing yourself. And when you see yourself trying to force your opinion on others or even give advice to someone that is not who is not asking you for advice, go ahead and say, no, that's not my place at all. I'm just going to go ahead and practice accepting others. I'm going to practice compassion. I'm going to practice letting go. And remember, a lot of times we really do not accept others as they are only because people are mirrors of what we don't like in ourselves. So instead of pointing the finger at others, go ahead and see how three fingers are pointing at you, inviting you to let go of the need to criticize or control others and to get busy in working on your own issues. And that do always all of that with a lot of love and a lot of compassion and a lot of respect. Then number 4, every day become the best version of yourself. You have every day the opportunity to expand your energy toward your highest potential by expressing qualities that can help you grow and nourish happy and harmonious relationships. So be willing to let go of blame, criticism, gossip, sarcasm, justifying, feeling helpless, victim mentality, all these behaviors that are negative and only bring disharmony in relationships. So be willing to really let go. And my invitation is to instead embrace the qualities of kindness and respect, acceptance, generosity, patience, calmness, and so many others, many other qualities that we can really express moment to moment. And here, it's also important to choose to be happy. And then being happy is a mindset that you decide to have. Being happy means focusing on the positive, embracing gratitude, letting go of things outside of your control. The only person that you can control is yourself. It's about finding joy in small moments, practicing self-compassion, and staying really resilient in the face of challenges. And happiness isn't always about avoiding negative emotions, but rather how you navigate through them and still prioritize your well-being. And so my invitation is to just really think about one quality that you can work on right now, maybe this week or maybe this month, to help you to become a better version of yourself. One quality. Maybe you put yourself down, criticism. Then the opposite of criticism is praising, is love, is respect. So maybe you want to practice that quality. And or maybe you are maybe you don't approve of yourself, so maybe you can practice self-approval and being compassionate with yourself. So think of one quality that you are going to practice and commit every day to take the steps to move forward to your toward your goal. And another thing that you can do is put in little pieces of paper, written down in a paper, each quality, like kindness, respect, acceptance. And then every day you can pull out a quality and then be willing to practice that quality that you have pulled out for that day. That's a wonderful way to stay committed to being loving, and especially in this case, this topic of creating happy and harmonious relationships. And then the next one is very important, and is cultivate a connection with God. And it's very important to understand that God is love. If you have a different name for God, like higher power or universe or energy, that's perfect. But engage in cultivating that relationship with that power, and little by little, you'll see how you will deepen your faith. And when you go through trials and tribulations, it is that faith that is going to make you strong and give you the determination to keep moving forward. Embrace God's guidance towards ultimate happiness and harmonious fulfillment in every facet of your life. What happens when we cultivate this connection with God is that God is able to guide our lives. God is able to, through our intuition, to really tell us how we can approach each day. And He's the one who is going to give us the strength and the courage, and especially His grace is going to be operating in every single area of our lives. And it's that faith that we keep developing, cultivate that devotion, and then little by little, you will be happy and satisfied with the results. So my invitation with this one, the practice is number one, meditation. Make sure, dear one, that you meditate at least 5 minutes, 10 minutes every day. And that way you are able to be in silence and then feel that inner peace, that inner joy, that inner love that reside within you. And then God is able to guide you to awaken that all those qualities in you. So very important. Meditation, then prayer is extremely important. And the other one to cultivate a very deep connection with God is receiving spiritual nourishment, meaning that you every week go to whatever place of worship where you can listen to a message from a teacher or a minister or a priest or whoever it is. And then that teacher, minister is going to remind you of your connection with God. And that is quite important for you to continue to be strong and to feel guided and protected and loved, obviously. And so these are these five ways of cultivating happy and harmonious relationships have helped me tremendously. I'm going to repeat them again. Love yourself. Number two, establish boundaries. Number three, accept people as they are. Number four, every day become the best version of yourself. Number five, cultivate a profound connection with God. My journey has been incredibly fulfilling, and I can confidently say today, right now, that I truly have healthy and harmonious relationships with my family, with my colleagues, with friends, and with God. It has taken a lot of courage, determination, constancy, all of that. Oh, yes. But my goodness, it's such an amazing difference. And I continue to do my best to use the tools and these principles that I am presenting to you. So if you are currently facing any difficulties in your relationships, it is important to realize that you have the power within yourself to transform your life. By looking within and changing the beliefs or attitudes that have been holding you back, you can create a positive and lasting change. So don't be afraid to give yourself permission to seek help and guidance, maybe from a skilled coach or a professional therapist. They can really provide you with the support and guidance that you need to overcome any challenges that you may be facing. And I leave you with this: be willing to change from within, and your entire world will undergo a remarkable transformation. And this is all because you have put the effort and the willingness to do your part, and then God obviously is going to do his part. So be willing to change from within, and your entire external world will undergo a remarkable transformation. So I invite you to really give these practices a chance to work in your life. Go ahead and watch this class as many times as possible. And maybe you can practice one principle a week or one principle a month. And then you will see how, little by little, your life will continue to transform. And I wish you a very, very successful journey, and God bless you.